pays the printing bill. Anyway, he's not that bad. I'm going to get the printer on this.
Say, Hofstad, why don't we ask Stockman to back us? Then we could really put out a paper.
What would he do with money?
His father-in-law.
Keel?
Oh.
Since when has he got any money?
I think he's loaded with it.
Oh, no, really. Every time I've seen him, he's had the same overcoat on, the same suit.
And the same ring on the right hand. Did you ever get a look at that boulder?
No, I never
All
really...
year long, he wears the diamond on the inside, but on New Year's Eve, he turns it around. Hey, you just figure it out. A man with no visible means of support, what's he living on? Money, right? So my idea is we...
Hello.
Wow, fancy seeing you here.
Stockman?
Sit down.
I want to ask you something.
What's that?
This English novel you wanted translated?
You aren't going to do it for us?
I don't understand this.
You don't understand what?
Well, this book is absolutely against everything you people believe.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Mr. Hofstad, it says if you're good, there's a supernatural force that'll fix it so you end up happy. And if you're bad, you'll be punished. Well, since when does the world work that way?
Yeah, but Petro, this is a newspaper. People like to read that kind of thing. They buy the newspaper for that, and then we slip in our political stuff. You see, a newspaper can't buck the public.
You
You've got to
say.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't want you to go away feeling that way. Take this to the printer, will you? I just want you to understand something. I've never even read that book. It was Billings' idea.
I thought he was a radical.
He is, but he's also
A
trying to...
newspaper man.
Well, he's that too, but what I was going to say is he's trying to get a job as secretary to the magistrate.
What?
People are people, Miss Stockman.
But the magistrate? He's been fighting everything progressive in this town for 30 years.
Well, let's not argue about it. I just don't want you to get the wrong idea of me. I guess you know that I happen to admire women like you, Miss Stockman, and, well, I've had not very many opportunities to tell you, but I want you to know. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind. But reading that book upset me. No, I really don't understand. Will you tell me why you're supporting my father?
What's the mystery? It's a matter of principle.
But a paper that'll print a book like that has no principle.
Why do you jump to such extremes? You're just like...
Like what?
Oh, I simply meant
Like
that...
my father, you meant. You really have no use for him, do you?
Now, wait a minute.
What's behind this? Are you just trying to hold my hand or something?
I agree with your father. That's why I'm printing his stuff. Now, nothing would please me more than to hold your hand, Miss Stockman, but I assure you...
You're trying to put something over, I think. Why are you in this?
Who are you accusing? Billing gave you that book, not me.
But you don't mind printing it, do you?
Well,
What are you trying to do with my father? You have no principles. What are you up to here?
I have a...
Miss Stockman.
I don't think I've been so frightened in my life.
Oh, now, I assure you, there's nothing for you to be...
The mayor's out there.
The mayor?
He wants to speak to you. He came in the back door. He doesn't want to be seen.
What does he want?
I'll watch for anyone coming down here.
Come in, Your Honor.
Thank you, Hofstad. Well, it's clean. Somehow I'd always imagined that this place would look dirty, but it's clean. Very nice, Mr. Oslingson.
Not at all, Your Honor.
What can I do for you, Your Honor? Sit down.
I had a very annoying thing happen to me today, Hofstad.
Is that so?
Yes. It seems my brother has written some sort of memorandum about the spring.
You don't say.
Yes, he mentioned it to you,
Oh, yes, I think he did say something about that to me
Well,
this morning.
that's it, isn't it?
Oh, this, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look at it. The printer just handed
Isn't
it.
that the thing the printer wanted the spelling checked?
Oh, that's it.
But-
It's just a question of spelling. I'll be right back.
Well, I'm very good at spelling. Maybe I can help you.
Oh, no, Your Honor, there's some Latin in it. You wouldn't know Latin, would
Oh,
you?
yes. I used to help my brother with his Latin all the time. You're going to print this?
I can't very well refuse a signed article. A signed article is the author's responsibility.
You're going to allow this, Oslingson?
I'm the publisher, not the editor. I mean, my policy is freedom for the editor.
You have a point. I can see that.
So, if you don't mind.
Well, not at all. Not at all. Now, this reconstruction of the springs...
Yes, I realize it does mean a tremendous sacrifice for the stockholders.
Oh, don't look so upset. The first thing a mayor learns is that the less wealthy can always be prevailed upon to demand a spirit of sacrifice for the public good.
Well, I'm glad you see that.
Oh, yes. Especially when it's the wealthy who are going to do the sacrificing. What you don't seem to understand, Oslickson, is that so long as I am mayor, any changes in those baths will be paid for by a municipal loan.
A municipal? Mm-hmm. You mean you're going to tax the people for this?
Exactly.
But the springs are a private corporation.
The corporation built the springs with its own money. If the public wants them changed, the public must naturally pay the bill. The corporation is in no condition to put out any more money. It simply cannot do it.
But that's impossible. The people will never stand for another tax. But is this a fact or your opinion?
Well, this happens to be a fact. Plus another fact. Oh, you'll forgive me for speaking about facts in a newspaper office. But don't forget, the springs will take 2 years to make over. Now, that's 2 years without income for your small businessmen, Mr. Oslickson, plus a heavy new tax besides. And all because of this dream, this hallucination that we live in a pest hole.
That's based on science.
This is based on vindictiveness and on his hatred of authority and nothing else. This is the mad dream of a man who's trying to destroy our way of life. It has nothing to do with reform or science or anything else but pure and simple destruction. And I intend to see to it that the public understands it exactly so.
My God. Maybe, are you sure you want to support this thing, Hofstad?
Frankly, I'd never thought of it in quite that way. I mean, when you think about it psychologically, it's quite possible that the man may simply be out to... I don't know what to say, Your Honor. I'd hate to hurt this town in any way. I'd never imagined there'd be a new tax.
Well, you should have imagined it, Hofstad, because you're going to have to advocate it. Unless, of course, liberal and radical newspaper readers enjoy high taxes. But then, of course, you'd know that better than I. Now, I happen to have here a brief story of the true facts. It proves that with a little care, nobody need be harmed at all by the water. Of course, in time, we'd have to make a few minor structural changes, and we'd pay for those.
May I see that?
I'd suggest you study it, Mr. Hofstad, and see if you don't
expecting
agree.
the doctor?
Is my brother here?
He's coming across the street right now.
Oh, I'd rather he didn't find me here. Is there any place I can...
Right this way. Hurry up, sir. Hurry.
Get him out of here right away.
Do something! The cane! Do something!
Any proofs yet?
I guess not.
No, it'll be quite some time then.
You mind if I wait?
Oh, there's no sense in that, really. It'll be quite some time
Oh,
before...
bear with me, Hofstad. I just can't wait to see it in print.
We're very busy here. Do you mind if
don't
we...
let me hold you up.
That's the way to be. Busy, busy! We're going to make this town shine like a jewel.
Oh, just one thing. Couldn't we talk later,
Two
Doctor?
words. Walking down the street just now, I was looking at the people in the stores, driving the wagons. And suddenly I was, well, touched, you know? By their innocence, I mean. What I'm driving at is that when this expose breaks, they're liable to start making a saint out of me or something. Oslickson, I want you to promise me you're not going to get up a dinner for me.
Oh, Doctor, there's no use concealing.
You see, I knew it. Now listen, I
think
simply
it's
will
time
not
that we
attend
did
a dinner.
tell you that-
So, Thomas, I want you to come home now. I want you to